Hello lefties, in today's tutorial I will show you double knitting. This is a double-sided fabric that is knit using two contrasting skeins of yarn. Take your two colors and put a slip knot at the end. Then put it on your needle and set up your hands as if you were about to do the long tail cast on. The first stitch is actually two parts. The first part will be casting on one color and the second part will be casting on the second color. We start by going over and under the yarn that is going to your thumb, come up through the middle, then going over and under the yarn that is going to your index finger, then sweeping it around under both. That red stitch is now your first stitch and it's a knit stitch. Now we'll cast on the white. Go over and under the red, come up through the middle, then go over and under the white and sweep underneath both. There is your white stitch, and you can see it has a purl bump to it. So reds will be the knit side, will be the knit stitches, and the whites will be the purls. Again, go over and under, up through the middle, over and under, sweep under both. That's the first stitch in red. Now we'll do the white. Go over and under the red, come up through the middle, over and under the white, and sweep under both. Over and under, up through the middle, over and under, sweep through both. Over and under, over and under, sweep through both. And right now I have three red stitches casted on and 3 white stitches. You do not count the slip stitch over here. Let's do a few more. Over and under, sweep under. Over and under, sweep under both. Over and under, over and sweep, over, sweep. Starts to feel like a figure 8 once you get those 2 halves done. Alright, so I finished casting on. You will see that it'll be very easy for you to lose that first stitch over here. So when you turn your work, hold on to that and turn. I do want to make sure that that doesn't unravel. So I will make sure that the yarn is twisted down below so that this stitch doesn't come off. So I'm going to go ahead and twist this one more time. Now I'm set up just like I would if I was about to knit Fair Isle. Starting with a knit stitch, just grabbing the white and sliding it off. The purl stitch now is the red stitch, and I need to bring both of these yarns to the front, and you'll see that the purl stitch is twisted. So I'm going to purl through the back loop and just using the red. Bring your yarns to the front, knit the white. purl through the back loop, knit the white, purl the red, knit white. So remember that those last 2 stitches were actually the slip knot. You do not want to knit those. Just drop those off your needle. Go ahead and turn. So every time you start a new row, the first stitch will always be the knit stitch. So now the red becomes my knits and the whites become my purls. So I get myself set up. Knit the red, and then purl the white. At this point I've made these 2 stitches. I'm going to put a stitch marker there because on our way back we will slip those. And I want to remember to slip them, so that'll be my reminder. So from here on it's pretty easy. It's basically a 1x1 rib. Alright, I'm to the last 2. I will put my stitch marker in so I remember that for the next time. I'll slip this one knitwise, then slip these 2 purlwise, and turn. The only other thing you need to know is here on the ends, you want to go ahead and twist your yarns to close up that seam on the side. Otherwise your fabrics would be 2 separate fabrics that you could open up and lay flat. So I've got that twisted and I'm ready to go. So white being the first one is going to be knit, red will be purled. And other than that first row, that's the only time you have to purl through the back loop. Slip my stitch marker, knit, and purl. Alright, there's that stitch marker, so I know to slip the last 2 stitches, slip the white one, and then slip the red one. And there you go. Here is double knitting. If you like these types of stitch markers, you can find the ones that I have on my Etsy shop. My shop name is The Left-Handed Knitter, and if there's some on there that are just not your liking and you would like some of these, please let me know and I could make you some custom made ones. Happy knitting! Bye! If you knit the Western mount method, the setup row is exactly the same, or the cast on is exactly the same as what I showed earlier in the video. So go ahead and turn your work. Don't forget to twist your yarns one extra time to secure those first 2 stitches. Now the white stitches will be knit stitches, the red stitches will be the purl stitches. Yep, that's the All right. Okay. Forget that this stitch right here is the slip knot, so that is not going to be worked at all. So I will just let those fall off. When you turn your work, you want to make sure that you twist your yarn again at the side here so that we close up that seam that's going to run up the side of the fabric. So I have those twisted. And now the red becomes the knit stitches and the white becomes the purl stitches. On our way back, I will want to slip these last two stitches. As a visual reminder, I will put in a stitch marker so I see that on the way back, and I know that if I'm on autopilot, that'll be my reminder to stop and slip. Alright, so knit, and purl. Knit, and purl. You can see it's starting to shape already. Looking ahead, I want to make sure that I slip these last two. I'm going to put my thumb there so I don't forget. Alright, stitch marker is my reminder. So slip this one knitwise and slip this one purlwise. Turn your work. Notice how pretty that's starting to look. Twist at the beginning of the row. First stitch will always be a knit stitch, so we're back to knits with the white. And purls with the red. Alright, there's my stitch marker. So I know to slip the next two. Okay, and there you go. There's your double knitting. Happy knitting!